So, okay, good morning, everyone. So I hope you can see that. So this is our service order today. Kansho,
Okay.
holding of the bell. Then, it's me too. Then, so moment of quiet sitting, and then Shishinrai, short invocation chanting. And then after that, I will read Three Treasures, which is on page 22, and then Sutra chanting Jusege, and then Dharma Message. So this is a program for today's service. 네. Thank you very much for attending today's service. I will begin hitting the, kansho. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I hope you could hear the kansho, the tolling of the bell. I was not sure because as you know, the microphone and then the bell was a little bit far, so I was wondering you could hear the sound of bell. Okay, so the next thing is moment of quiet sitting. So I will hit the bell, and then we have a kind of silent moment to calm down our minds so that we can focus on listen to the Dharma or receiving the guidance from Buddha. And then maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes later, I will hit the bell again. Okay. None. Then, okay, I'm sorry. May I change the order of invocation and the community reading? I think maybe flow-wise, ごめんなさい. I should have noticed this before, but I would like to read Three Treasures first. And then after that, I will recite Shishinrai and then Juseige. So Shishinrai Juseige is like a sutra chanting. So it's nice, better flow to combine, those Shishinrai and Juseige like a back to back. So let's go to community reading, which is Three Treasures on page 8. So in the email you received, you could download the service book, and then the Three Treasures 2, which is on page 8. Sorry, ごめんなさい. Page 9. Three Treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as the disciples of Buddha and be free from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondages of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of karpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Okay, thank you. So the next is Shishinrai on page 39. And then after that, I will chant Sutra Juseige on page 100. Namo 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 Namo. 最小便具政府上昇が阿四条文道妙正長実法空教未小門政府上昇が意欲人少年上映主本業シグム浄土異小天人師人力現代公不小無才道少女三区名交際集約難回避知恵厳滅死公門は閉塞小膜道通達全宗門高層上満足意養老実法日月修十期天候普賢一種解放像公正空読法上大主従説法施施空空用一切文具即習得本元年心上満得意三害を業物無下地通達未不詳願学営力投資最小層志願や国家大戦の感動国書天人大内妙見アマンダブアマンダブアマンダブアマンダブアマンダブアマンダブアニシクドクヨドセイサイドルホお大師お上安楽 ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Okay, so now I would like to give a Dharma message for today. Okay, can you see the screen slide? Okay, 大丈夫ね。はい。So this is kind of my practice. Before I give a Dharma message, I try to read this short passage with with you. So if you can please join me. to listen to a Dharma message. Listen as if I'm listening for the first time. Listen as if the message is for myself alone. Listen as if this is the last chance to listen to the Dharma. In Japanese, 弔問の心得。この度のこのご縁は初ごとと思うべし。この度のこのご縁は我一人のためと思うべし。この度のこのご縁は根性最後と思うべし。ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏。Okay. Just a moment, please. Okay. So again, thank you very much for attending today's Buddhist Temple of Marin Sunday service. So this is the first Sunday service for February. I feel we celebrated the new year just a week or 10 days ago, but January has already ended. Time flies. As I get older, the time passes, more quickly. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. If you don't feel, that way, maybe you are still young. So I'd like to begin my Dharma message for today reading a hymn composed by our founder Shinran Shonin, Venerable Shinran. So if you see a poem, hymn on the screen. So if you can, again, please put your hands together in a show. Those who reach the Pure Land of tranquility return to this samsaric world of the five defilements, where, like the Buddha Shakyamuni, they benefit sentient beings without limit. 安楽浄土に至る人、五直悪世に帰りては、釈迦牟尼仏のごとくにて、留学主情は極もなし。ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏。はい。So, as some of you know, Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh passed away on January 22nd. He was one of the greatest masters of the contemporary Buddhism. So these days, speaking of Buddhism, we sometimes talk about mindfulness. Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh was an advocate of mindfulness, and he shared the importance of mindfulness with many, many people in the world. So his talks, messages about Buddhism were really simple and easy to understand. But at the same time, his messages, his words of Dharma, quite inspiring and profound. So if you want to know about him, Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, please search his name on the internet. Then you can find many like his books and his words. 3 days later, on January 25th, I received an email from Reverend Dr. David Matsumoto. In his email, so on behalf of the IBS, Institute of Buddhist Studies, IBS, he showed condolences on the passing of Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh. Then this is the passage. This passage and the picture came with email from Matsumoto Sensei. Tomorrow I will continue to be, but you will have to be very attentive to see me. I'll be a flower or a leaf. I'll be in these forms, and I will say hello to you. If you're attentive enough, you will recognize me, and you may greet me. I'll be very happy. It's a short but nice phrase. When I read this passage by Thich Nhat Hanh, I felt something familiar. I mean, This is what I usually say in my Dharma messages for funeral and the memorial services. Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, but here is a Vietnamese Zen Buddhist. And I am a Jodo Shinshu, Pure and Buddhist, and then Pure and Buddhist. So we follow different Buddhist path, but we work on the same, ground of Buddhism. So we share something common. So we were born in this world, but someday we complete our lives. Our lives end because of the truth of impermanence, right? But does death completely disconnect us from our loved ones or friends? With death, they are no longer here physically, but they are still connected with us spiritually. So we continue to receive their guidance, compassion, and love. Then the question is, who are they? Our loved ones, friends who passed away before us, who are they? In the Buddhist context, or from Buddhist perspective, we religiously, spiritually regard them as Buddhas or Bodhisattvas. Especially in the pure and Buddhist tradition, when we complete our lives in this world with the guidance of Amida Buddha or Dharma, we are liberated from the samsara and we attain birth in Buddha's land or Pure Land. And then we will become a Buddha who is free from all suffering, all difficulties, challenges. And then we will start a new life as a Buddha. But to attain birth in the Pure Land or to become a Buddha after completing life in this world is not to go somewhere. But those who passed away before us are always with us. And they start guiding, benefiting us, keeping the connection with us. Right? Their love, their compassion makes us stronger to live this tough life. Their guidance makes us realize something important or something we have overlooked. They try to lead us to encounter the Dharma so that we can live more profound and fulfilled life. So according to the Buddhist cosmology, we live in this samsara, right? 6 realms. Like, hell, hungry ghosts, animals, fighting spirits, and then humans, and then heaven. Yeah. So in Buddhist cosmology, we call samsara, realm of suffering or challenges, difficulties. And then this world, according to Buddhist understanding, we have to deal with so many difficulties, challenges. Then why do we have so many difficulties, challenges, sufferings? According to Buddhist understanding, according to the teaching of Buddha, they are all caused by our own ego, our self-centeredness, narrow view, or our own greed, anger, stupidity, which are called 3 poisons in Buddhism. So to deal with all those causes of our difficulties, suffering, and to move forward, we do need a guidance. We do need a remedies. So Buddha, our traditional Amida Buddha, compassionately sends a guidance to us from the realm of truth or nirvana. So for us Pure Land Buddhists, we call the source of guidance more symbolically, the source of guidance more symbolically, Pure Land or Land of Tranquility, as Shinran Shonin said. If you prefer more metaphysical expression, you can call it like a realm of nirvana or truth. But both, they're essentially the same thing. We just call them with different expressions. Buddha's land, Pure Land, or realm of truth. So in the tradition Pure Land Buddhism, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, the teaching is basically structured with symbols or concrete expressions. So we who live in this samsara receive the light or guidance from the Pure Land, Buddha's land. So to me, using a different example, like we receive, like a nighttime in the darkness, we receive the beautiful moonlight and sometimes full moon. It's really beautiful. We receive the light in the darkness of the night. Or maybe we receive warmth. And we are now, spring is coming. So, getting warmer. So we receive warmth from the sun on this earth. In the same way, we are receiving great compassion and wisdom from the land of tranquility here and now. So such compassion and wisdom from the Pure Land or realm of truth nirvana surround us in various forms, in various ways. In the passage Thich Nhat Hanh, Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, he talks about flowers and leaves. When people are really attentive, they can discover Buddhas, Bodhisattvas in flowers and leaves. So to me, this book, this is to me Shinran Shonin. So this is the book, Collected Works of Shinran. Okay, Collected Works of Shinran. So Venerable Shinran Shonin, he passed away in 1263, about 750 years ago. And this book, collection of his writing, when I read them, his writings, I see Shinran Shonin in those words, in the letters. When I chant Shoshinge, which is a hymn composed by Shinran Shonin, which is a kind of summary of Jodo Shinshu teaching, like a morning chanting, evening chanting, I hear his voiceless voice. And today we chant Jusege. So Jusege is a short hymn composed by Shakyamuni Buddha. And in the same way, he passed away a long, long time ago in India. While we chant, Jusege, we heard Shakyamuni Buddha's voice of guidance, which I would say transcended time and space and compassionately reaches us here and now. And then I think in this slide, you see my grandmother, my bacha. So I was obachanko. I was kind of grandma boy. And so, whenever I remember her, and then, she was a very devout Jodo Shinshu Buddhist. Morning, evening, she had a service at home. So whenever I recite Nembutsu Namandavutsu, sometimes I remember her. So for some people, they are just books. Then maybe this is just book, this is just a service book, right? But since I see Shakyamuni Buddha in this book, since I see Shinran Shonin in this book, so I see Shinran Shonin Shakyamuni Buddha in those books in the form of language, words. So to me, they are not just books, right? They are not just books. So that's why, when we have a service, we have a sutra chanting, we, hold respectfully those books to show our respect to them. So it depends on us whether we can discover those invisible guidance or voiceless voices all around us. The quality of life would be totally different if we discover them in our everyday lives. That's why Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh encouraged us to live a spiritually and religiously mindful life. In the same way, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism teaches that we live our everyday life receiving wisdom and compassion from Amida Buddha, or we live our everyday life surrounded by many Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, who return to us from the land of tranquility, from the Pure Land. And then that's how we live our everyday life, meaningfully, profoundly with them. So once we complete our lives in this world, we will be liberated from this samsara and then become a Buddha in the Pure Land. And in the same way, we will come back to this world to guide, to benefit, to embrace our loved ones, our friends. So we will become their Buddhas. We will become their Bodhisattvas. So today I used this passage, Shinran Shonin's hymn. Those who reach the Pure Land of tranquility return to this samsaric world of the five defilements, where like the Buddha Shakyamuni, they benefit sentient beings without limit. I think I saw when I received the email from Matsumoto Sensei, Thich Nhat Hanh's words, this Shinran Shonin's words came to my mind. And then so I selected this words, Shinran Shonin's words and the Thich Nhat Hanh's words to give a Dharma message for today. Again, thank you very much for attending today's service. I would like to conclude my Dharma message one more time, reading Shinran Shonin's passage. So if you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. Those who reach the Pure Land of tranquility return to this samsaric world of the five defilements, where like the Buddha Shakyamuni, they benefit sentient beings without limit. In Japanese, 安楽浄土に至る人、五濁悪世に帰りては、釈迦牟尼仏のごとくにて、利益主情は極もなし。ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダ仏、ナマンダ仏、ナマンダ仏、ナマンダ仏。